Well, being that I don't see this in the internet anywhere, you might as well just go ahead and put it out there. The Nice model versus stellar metamorphosis. Now, I think they've already rejected the Nice model, but I'll go ahead and do one of these little talks anyways, just so you can see how different it is and where mainstream astronomers and astrophysicists' minds are versus where my mind is and where people who understand this theory's minds are. According to the Nice model, gas giant planets were formed closer to the Sun and migrated outwards. This differs from stellar metamorphosis considerably. An explanation is provided. In SM, rocky objects are the final stages to a star's, astron's evolutionary path. This means that if any gas-type, middle-aged astron such as Jupiter or Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus gets close enough to a much hotter host, it will have its outer layers ripped away, exposing the rocky, differentiated core, which also has differentiated itself. It will have an iron-nickel core, just like the Earth, and just like Mercury, just like Mars, and just like Venus. Gas-type objects do not form close to the host astrons. As well, they are mutually exclusive of other stars in general. They are all stars. They are all different stages of evolution. This means that the very basics of stellar evolution, astron, planet formation, are not understood inside of the Nice model. They do not understand how stars evolve or how planets are formed, which is the same thing. As well, the Nice model has no explanation for the angular momentum loss problem of the classical, albeit outdated, nebular hypothesis. The solution is that a star, astron, loses its angular momentum via mass loss to solar wind, flaring, coronal mass ejections, and photoevaporation to hotter hosts. All the objects' formations are mutually exclusive. Get that? The Earth didn't form with Jupiter. Jupiter didn't form with the Sun. They're not related. Their formations are completely from somewhere else in the galaxy, or maybe even another galaxy entirely. To summarize, the Nice model assumes, as does the nebular hypothesis, that all the objects in our solar system are related and all formed at the same time with the Sun. When in stellar metamorphosis, they're actually an adopted family. All the objects are in different stages to their evolution, in which case the Sun has adopted all of them as is moving through the galaxy. How evolved they are is apparent in their physical characteristics and has nothing whatsoever to do with their current orbital configurations. A lot of the celestial mechanic people, they think that orbits determine everything. No. What determines everything is the star's physical characteristics as it evolves, cools, and dies. Neptune-sized objects could be in front of Earth-sized objects without any problem, but forming there and then moving to the outer reaches is unnecessary. What the Nice model does is adopt the nebular hypothesis, as does the majority of accepted planet formation models, and it just moves them around. That's basically all it does. It doesn't actually explain anything rationally. Today is February 13th, 2016. Hopefully presenting these talks like this helps out with people. I'll go ahead and post this paper to the bottom of the page.